Merry meet everybody and bright blessings. I'm Lady Leeanna once again for this edition of Wicca for today. Today I'm going to talk to you about a topic that a lot of people ask me about, and it's because it's so used on every path, and that is about meditation. Meditation is a cornerstone, one of the cornerstones of all pathways. It's the necessity of being able to elevate yourself into a peaceful and quiet place. Take yourself away from the typical wears and tears of the world, everything that would get to you on a regular basis. And it's not that complicated, although a lot of people make it to be so. Generally, one needs to note that obviously if you're going to meditate, you don't want to have piled the body full of sugars, and you don't want to have just gotten into a fight with old Katie, you know, at the job site, or your mom at home. You know, obviously that doesn't work too well for you. And you don't want a lot of radical noises. You don't want to choose a time you know a train to regularly go by, or you know, a lot of loud horns honking and all of that. So naturally you would choose the most quiet place within the home where you're less affected by everybody around you. And you would want to dim the lights a little bit, maybe put on a little very light musical music, nothing with words in it. You know, some people does use music with chanting in it and so forth, and that's okay if you're able to do that. But generally it takes a good deal of practice before you can get to that point. All in all, you know, meditation, it begins with comfortable and loose clothing, a gentle tune or total and complete quietness, a candlelight or a very dimmed light, less people around as possible, and no sugars, heavy caffeines, or energy drinks within the body. This stuff just would not help you at all. Now, as far as everything is considered, then you've got to pay attention more than anything to your breathing exercises. You know, and a lot of people wonder exactly what method or way is best. But I can give you my way. My way has been working for me for over 29 years, 30 years, and I'm quite happy with it. And the breathing exercises are as you would breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then in through the mouth and out through the nose, and then in through the nose and out through the mouth, and then in through the mouth and out through the nose, and repeatedly just going through these exercises. Eventually you will get to where you're not having to think about how you're regulating, but you're trying to slow your body down, and the heart rate, as well as, you know, everything else that's going on with your metabolism. You're wanting to lower everything and become at one with your own physical body and your own spirit, your own mind. You're wanting to become a unity with yourself. And a lot of people think that you would start with visualizations, but that's just not the case. First off, you want to close your eyes and think black. Simple as that. Just close your eyes and don't think about anything. Don't think about anything, and if your mind tries to wander, think black. That's all you've got to do. And then you start thinking about your breathing exercises. If you're thinking about how you're regulating your breathing, then you're shutting everything else out anyway by that token. So it's not very complicated. You have to have a very laid back area, very calm, very quiet. If you want music, you can try that, but I suggest your first few times around you go complete quiet. You want pillows braced around you. You don't want to be sitting straight up. Also, a lot of people ascribe to sitting Indian style. I like to sit that way. It's my normal way. It always has been. So I typically do. However, you can sit with your legs straight out, and that's the way I suggest newbies to do so. Pardon the word. It's just a title, you know, and it's not meaning anything bad. But it's the best way to actually do this, and a lot of people hold to that clear on through their entire existence within their meditational practices. But very loose clothing, no jewelry, very laid back area, pillows braced around you, not sitting straight up and not laying all the way down. You don't want to go to sleep either, you know. Likewise, you also don't want to do your exercises like way after work and, you know, when you're very tired, because it's going to put you to sleep, you know. Also, right after you wake up if you're not completely awake yet. So, take note of these things and you'll be alright. Your meditational practices can take you on many different directions. Astral projection, self-healing. I mean, there's no end to what it does. It's another doorway. And you can use this doorway to learn your dream symbols. And I believe I've touched on that within my dream symbol video, you know, that would be on my other channel. And I'll put the link in somewhere in the discussion panel. But you can use your meditation for many, many different things. And, you know, really and truthfully, it makes sense because you really can't focus unless you can be still within yourself, be quiet within yourself, be at one with yourself. You can't hope to astral project. You can't hope to use extrasensory perception or any of this. I mean, it's an opening. And I would use that wholeheartedly if I were you. Meditating. It is a cornerstone to all religions, any and all religions in one method, form, or fashion. Guaranteed. So, why don't you try that out? Remember, loose clothing, sit back, very, very relaxedly, but not laying down. Legs straight out in front of you. Quiet the room around you and choose a time when there's nobody in the house if you can. Start with a little light music if you feel like you need to, but it's better that you start with nothing and you just close your eyes and think black. And breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and in through the mouth, out through the nose, and repeatedly doing the same thing. And, you know, take 15 minutes at first. Break yourself into it. It doesn't hurt to have a little cup of hot tea beforewards either. Maybe a little bit of honey, not much. Don't use sugar whatsoever. And by tea, I mean herbal teas, non-caffeine. Again, caffeine is of no help to you within these onsets, within these things that you do. It just keeps you all intensified along with everything else surrounding our lives in today's society. So meditating is very important. I would highly suggest it, even at the very earliest portion of your pathway. This is Lady Leeanna once again for this edition of Wicca for today. I hope you've enjoyed this little session and that you'll try to do these exercises. Perhaps I'll put on a guided exercise for you here in the near future, and if so, you'll just see it appear. You know, it's nothing that I announce one time to the next, because I don't go by script and I don't plan things out. Alright, so bright blessings and merry part. May your path always be a light one. Bye-bye.